Brian Posehn. I used to have a podcast where I played Dungeons and Dragons with a bunch of my friends. I missed it, so I decided to make a new one. It's called Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker. It's myself, a couple of my buddies, Blaine Patch, Dan Telfer, Ken Daly, an occasional guest or two, and we're going to be playing in a new setting, my dining room. Each week you'll hear my wife, my son, my dogs, and we're going to be playing in a place that I love and playing the game that I've loved half my life, Dungeons and Dragons. We've got 5th edition, and we're ready. So are you ready? Here's Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker. Hey everyone, it's Brian. You're listening to Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker. Hi friends.
Hi Brian Posehn, and
this is a late record.
Yeah. Ken, Dan, Blaine,
Bing, bang, bang.
Mavis.
Mavis looking pretty.
Mavis licking my fingers.
Hey, shout out right away to Elderwood Academy, you guys. They're our first real for reals official sponsor for the new independent Nerd Poker.
Yes.
Elderwood Academy sent us the coolest shit ever. Mm-hmm. I am digging the fuck out of my dice tower that they specifically gave me because I was whining on Twitter about how hard it is to roll dice behind the DM screen and how I couldn't reach the communal one. If you fucking know anybody who needs anything D&D related, this is lovingly handmade wooden stuff with extreme detail. That
leather.
Oh my god!
We all have our own boxes now. We have so many boxes and dice trays now.
If you've got just a little bit of love to spread their way, they've got these hex chests that'll hold a bunch of your dice that, again, are really intricate carvings and magnets built into it.
Yeah, that Cthulhu thing is really, really looking cool.
Yeah, and the Cthulhu designs I have are great. We should ask them if they would do like a nerd poker like design on these things that we could do. But if you buy anything from them, I guess just mention us in there's like a notes section on their website, elderwoodacademy.com. And they didn't tell us to have a script or nothing, so this is all just like not even talking points they asked us to hit. I just love this shit. We've been using it for like 6 episodes now.
Oh, did we just do an ad?
I think we just did.
Oh wow, we just did
this
one.
This is a for real ad on the indie.
That's not like the ads I've done before.
Well, I tried to say fuck as much as possible to
Nice.
give it like a true
Right
endorsement.
On. It's so big, it's fucking great.
I love when you quote Mr.
My
Show.
own sketch.
Yeah.
Did I even get it wrong? I probably did.
It's
Words
so
I said
good.
20 years
It's
ago.
fucking great.
Yeah.
And so, shall we talk about where you guys are?
Oh yeah. Actually had a couple of quick
you
shout
met
outs.
some fans that you want to chat about.
This guy sent me this dice tray, which and he sent me a 20.
it's really gorgeous. It's a gorgeous
it's really
dice
nice.
tray. It's really, really neat.
Yeah, what would you describe the?
It's like
Is
it
it
looks like a
snakeskin or
snakeskin
lizard skin
leather
bottom?
lizard skin bottom
Yeah.
and an uneven hex. How many sides is
That's
that?
an octagon, I
It's an
think.
octagon, sort of unevenish, or maybe evenish from some directions. Septagon?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, hey, thanks, Dan, for making me sound like a fucking dick. So it's a septagon. Duh.
No
Blame
one
your
has ever
brain.
seen a septagon before. No one makes odd-numbered polygons.
That's
But
impossible.
yeah, and he gave us a 20 that he says in the note here. I'm a role-playing woodworker, and I made you guys a dice tray. It may not be as annoying of a sound as Blaine would like, but give it a try. The enclosed D20 rolls especially well! Exclamation point. This tray has a twin that I made at the same time. If any listeners are interested in commissions custom work for me, they can contact Roy Toy Cowboy on Twitter or Nuclear Exchange on Reddit.
It rhymes and rhymes again.
Yeah. Cassio is my favorite cast member. Roy or in West Michigan.
Cassio in 10
So I'm gonna roll this. I'm gonna roll this 25 times and see what happens. 20.
Wow. Right out of the gate.
20.
Whoa. What are the odds?
20.
Hey.
And 20. Oh, 10. Never mind. Keep it moving. 20.
What are those odds better?
4.
4.
Damn.
That's to throw off.
Yeah, you gotta
Gotta
to
bounce
throw
it.
off the
you
pit
gotta
boss.
bounce it, yeah.
The eye in the sky, you know.
But 20 came up a lot. Whoa, that one that like
that looked
rolled
like-
back
It
when in
looked
slow
like
motion.
Get Smart had a pen that made it move.
It should say boing when it lands on a 20. Boing,
That's fantastic.
boing.
Even without the shit that would get your your hand bones broken in Vegas. That's an awesome.
They're not
awesome
rolling a
box.
lot of 20s in Vegas, but thanks, man. Roy, that was really cool.
Yeah, it's really really beautiful.
Was it
And
Cowboy,
I got
Toy Boy, Roy Boy, Cowboy?
Roy Ort in West Michigan. I got roads to look up from Roblox because I got
wow.
like 5 20s in a row. I was like, oh wow, the fifth 20. He's like, really? How? And I kept doing it. And he actually didn't look at a video game for a minute. I'm an old grandpa with a son. And then we got one more. Alec Fritz is a graphic designer. He sent us these. I really like this. Some already did. But he did these nerd poker bingo cards
Holy shit!
that we'll put up on the
Oh my god.
one somewhere online. We'll put it
I want to see
Yeah,
on
let's
those,
Facebook.
man.
Yeah,
that
check
looks
these out.
awesome. Here, just
Are they both the same? Are they all the same?
they're not. There's enough here for Patreon plug, music reference, burp
Should
into
we
the
call
mic,
it?
video game reference, movie reference, roll to attack, reference Vin Diesel, roll botch, kill a monster, TV reference.
Chew into the mic. I wonder who that's for.
I don't know, man. Dex
See-
check.
So he has a website, alecfritz.com, and Patreon is patreon.com.
Oh, listener
slash-
shout out is on here.
Alec
He
Fritz.
just
Yeah.
made himself a part of his own bingo.
Oh, yeah, bingo.
These are great. Holy mackerel.
It's meta bingo. That's so cool.
Nice.
Yeah, he does good stuff. And those bingo cards are really cool. I think that was it.
Laminated and such.
Hey, when life hands you lemons.
I did a really bad. Man. I did a really bad Twitter joke that I deleted.
Sometimes it's surprising how stupid.
I tweeted, "When life gives you promens, make promenade," and then I did a Twitter search for it, and it had been done like
Oh wow.
4,000 times before. I did not feel great about that tweet.
I don't think anybody did the laminate.
No, never, never.
I thought I came up with omelet you finish. You know, Kanye West saying omelet you finish. I thought I was so brilliant one day. I was like, because I was thinking of like dumb names for Portland restaurants. Because there's a fried egg I'm in love, or it's fried egg I'm in love, which is such a.
It's what?
It's fried egg.
It's fried egg.
I'm in love.
Got it.
Yeah, that Cure song. I almost crashed my car when I drove by, and I wasn't driving.
That was like a Blaine joke right there.
My friend's mom used to have a knitting store out here in the valley, and it was called the Knitting Bag, and they sold shirts that said, "Whoever dies with the most yarn wins." So stupid.
Oh man.
It's probably going to be Edna. She bought a lot of yarn last week, and she didn't look too good. This is my favorite thing on the.
But then that I came up with for a breakfast joint.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let you finish, and it was going to be Kanye West, you know, with an omelet pan
Yeah.
as your logo.
Blaine, what's on the bingo?
This is my favorite bingo card thing right here. Is should we call it? It's been an hour.
I missed that one. Awesome.
Should we
job.
play?
Hey, thanks.
Should we
Let's
call
play
it?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Should we call it?
Should we play it?
All right. Thanks, guys. Good night.
Which episode number is this? I didn't say.
This is going to be 17.
17.
Yes.
Welcome to episode 17. Halfway through.
Almost legal.
You guys did something.
Gross.
Well, now we know who started those Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen countdown websites back in the day.
Definitely not legal in metric.
I'm the only non-parent here. That's why
Yeah,
that didn't go over
fucking
well.
be ashamed of yourselves.
My child. Whatever.
Because that's what this is. It's a showcase for us to talk
One
about
time,
children.
John Ennis, beloved Mr. Showcast member,
Yes, my former roommate.
he had children a long time ago.
Yeah.
They're adult children
he was
right
an
now.
early
They're in their
childhood.
80s.
Yeah, like one's on Veep.
Yeah.
He said to me one time in my old house, he goes, I made some joke that he was just like, oh, Posehn, that's too much. And I was like, it's never too much. He's like, you're going to have a kid one time, someday, and you're going to see. And I was like, shut up, Dick. And he was
I will
totally
never
right.
know.
Yeah, he's totally right. There are taboos. Anyways,
But seriously, though,
what happened?
You're legal at 18.
Shut up.
17.
What happened in episode 16?
Episode 16, you guys blew my mind a little bit, and you did not engage
Turn
an
around.
aggressive NPC.
Turn around, bright eyes.
Yeah, I know. Every now and then I get a little.
Oh, I
impressed
think-
when
yeah, I
you
guess I
don't
realized,
stab a vampire.
I guess I realized this vampire was too powerful for us, and cause we had, well, I mean, we'd had a rough go with some of the other ones, and we went in like guns blazing, and I realized he was probably going to smush us.
There was a pretty good chance he could have smushed you, but
There
you
was
could
just
have
something
smushed him.
about him. I don't. Yeah.
He also, well,
Yeah.
I mean, I
and
think
then he just started being pretty forthright and
He-
let us know what was going on.
Oh, I think I mentioned this last episode, but of all the vampires, he is the one that is native to Amina, and he is the one who has the most regret about like his undead life. So he threw you a couple of rhetorical questions, and Ken reminded me of his charisma, so I did a couple of little rolls, and yeah, he started talking, and you started asking questions he was interested in answering, and he, after seeing what you had been capable of in combat, had to do a little bit of soul searching himself and decided, you know what, I will cast my lot with these guys. And you did definitely get a sense he was sincere, and that at least in the moment, he meant that he would help you destroy the Demolith and bring an end to the darkness here.
Right.
I like it.
And he gave you a little bit of backstory. The Demolith made a deal with Manon and McLear so that the slaves would be brought here for the vampires. And explained a little bit of his Dr. Moreau reasoning, where he was trying to bring sentience to the creatures here by
Making everything really creepy.
making all the animals capable of human consciousness. And he suggested a path to take through the mountains. He gave you a few options, and the one you guys settled on was, there's a few kinds of elves hiding out in Amina that have not been turned undead or anything. And you and Count Bariss agreed the lunar elves were the shittiest. They were the grossest.
I didn't want to say anything, but yeah.
The highborn elves are the most pretentious and less likely to help you. You just sort of decided, then, at least compared to the wood elves, who, they're good in nature. And although their numbers are small, they're in the woods. They're nearby some drow, so you might be passing a drow stronghold on the way to the wood elves. But you might not encounter them. You're not sure yet. But you're going to take a path due south through the mountains that he gave you a little map for. Patreons will see this, but we have a little map Sean Bryant sketched up for you guys again that I emailed you guys. And here's some of the main features I will walk you guys through. So Count Bariss hands you this map. Here's his castle, his garden, his drawbridge, all that fun shit. Here's the path you're going to take.
Hey, close those porn windows before Sam takes his picture.
Oh no! Oh god! Sorry. Just ignore the fact that I like to fuck people in a snaggletooth costume.
Donkey
pussy. Donkey pussy's my favorite. Shush. And then so the big thing you notice here, because down here is the woods.
Stage butt.
Here's the wood elves are in this forest.
Right. Okay.
And here's the mountains. You're gonna take this path through some kind of blackened area and a gate in the mountains. That is unavoidable. And then you've got a fork where you can either go through this halo of ghosts around Misery's finger, or through this path of skeletons to the southwest.
I saw a halo of ghosts open for Misery's.
So I sent you guys the map. You can pull it up on your phone if you want to zoom in on
How
anything.
long are you out?
Which episode is this?
I think it's 22.
Oh, okay.
5 cents, same as downtown.
But Ken is zooming in, and he's definitely got a chance to notice some details that
You see all the lettering on the bottom too? Like, what's that all about?
Oh, if you want to try to translate
hang
it,
on a
Sean's
second.
put some special
It's a
coded
glyph.
messages at the bottom.
Some
of
people
the
say
maps.
glyph.
I'm just sitting here rolling 20s.
Really?
Yeah. So
Bang.
what I've been doing with Sean
Boing.
That's really
is
gangsta.
giving him
Boing.
the secret, full of spoilers, Dungeon Master version of these maps, and telling him don't put labels on everything. Because I don't want to give away the secrets to these guys, but draw your interpretation of these secrets. And
Now I
so,
gotta decode this shit.
yeah, decoding it might be doable. But you've basically got a choice coming up. First, you're gonna.
I don't have it. Do you have it playing on your phone?
the map here. You can
Yeah.
just borrow my laptop for a couple minutes if you want
It's in
to.
your meow.
Click and drag. You can go up and down. Right
meow.
now it's sort of in the middle.
Meow.
So you're gonna have to go through.
That's some good arting there, Sean.
Are those heads on pikes up top there?
He's a good drawer.
Yes, there are
drawer.
elven heads on pikes to the north.
Jesus, why'd
How
that
do
happen?
how do I get to the very bottom of this?
Where'd that? Which elves are those?
Oh, there we go.
You're not sure. Count Bariss actually had one of his children hand you this
Holy
map, so
crap.
you're unable to interrogate him.
Did you see that? The heads on the pikes? Up
As
above?
you walk out of his gates, you look to the north and you see what could very well be soldiers, likely elves, on pikes to the north.
The fuck?
Oh, okay. Ugh.
That's problematic.
So that right away you do notice matches up with the map. They're
Yeah.
they're skeletal, but that you see armor on bodies and heads on pikes. And you begin to understand why he suggested perhaps the highborn elves were not the best choice, as you're not sure what kind of elves are on those pikes, but they're definitely to ward off
Well,
the elves in that direction.
All right.
Can we look at their teeth?
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Sure.
I want to see if they're vampiric.
You trot up there, and sure enough, you notice there are sharpened teeth
Aha.
on those elves.
Well, we
so
tried
they're
to burn them
either.
already, so-
And they chop their heads off. They chop their heads off.
Chop
to
their
kill?
own heads off.
No,
and stuck
Barris
their own heads on pikes.
clearly won some sort of battle with elves that have sharp teeth.
Yeah, okay.
And
I'm all right with that.
you don't know that the lunar elves were vampiric. They had really weird sharp teeth that were not.
oh, yeah.
just canines,
Or
so
wolf,
it's-
wolf vampiric.
Yeah,
Werepiric.
they were weird elves.
I mean, lichen or something like that.
Sure, like pyrrhic.
Lycanthropic,
Yeah, sure.
lycanpiric.
Like
That's what you said.
They wear
If life gives you like empiric,
faux leather bodysuits
Lycanpyrean?
and use automatic weapons.
faux what?
Faux leather bodysuits,
Yes.
and they jump off buildings, and they super hot. And are they Kate Beckinsale?
I can only hope,
Lichens
We
versus
can
werewolves,
only
dudes.
right?
I mean, lichens versus vamps.
Do people like that movie?
Back! I'm back in cell!
All right.
So the Barris's children kind of hasten you away from the pikes as they notice you're staring at them with a little bit of
Yeesh.
focus. They don't. They're also sort of treating you guys like some step siblings.
That's
Right,
nice.
because I killed a couple of them.
Killed some of their brethren, and then their father forgave you. So they're feeling a
That's how it
little
is.
antsy around you, kind of
Wow.
angry, sad.
I give him a nice, honest, my most honest, firm look.
They're lucky I didn't throw all of them off
To make them like us.
They're lucky I didn't push them all off a ledge.
Charisma.
You're do you?
They're lucky I didn't push them all off a ledge.
Yeah.
Let them know that.
Is
yeah.
it coming?
I give him
No.
a charismatic wink.
One of the badgers with a human face scurries up to you, Bodhi, and makes eye contact and says, "I'll remember what you did."
Yeah.
And it scurries away.
Maybe not.
Dude, you're gonna get so laid, dude. You're gonna get so, dude. She's only in the whoa.
As it scurries away, its haunches look really gross and it's covered in mud. It looks like it burrows under the earth.
I'm not going to kill it.
But you're escorted over to your steeds, which you have to kind of walk up a cliff face to climb onto. They are reindeer with huge antlers.
Right, and a long
and
leg.
long, like 20-foot long stilt legs. And you notice there's some saddlebags packed on these things, and they're full of stuff.
Nice.
So,
Are we Santa Claus?
you are, except you're the kids too.
Bodhi, I need your help.
Tom, you look through your bags, and you discover, in addition to some water skins and some rations, which you think are probably pretty hard to come by around these parts, as you find the water skins, all three of you go, "Oh, we haven't really seen any running fresh water here. This is good."
Right, isn't everything dead?
Yeah, everything's pretty dead. And perhaps that is why the fire in the woods caught so quickly. It hasn't rained, but the ground is muddy. You know, there's some kind of moisture here, but the land does feel a bit poisoned. So you're hoping this water will last you quite a while. But Tom, you discover some fingerless gloves.
Oh, nice.
In your bag, and when you try them on, you realize there's something real nice about these gloves.
I like these gloves.
You think there's you're gonna have to play with them to kind of figure more out, but you notice if you focus, you're able to create an illusion with your hands, where it actually delays up to 5 seconds where your hands actually are and where they appear to be.
Wow.
So these gloves are going to come in pretty handy, you think. Also, you get a plus 1 to your deception.
Nice.
There might be other stuff going on.
Where'd you find that?
Huh?
In
Where
my
did you
bag.
find that?
They gave it to
It's
me.
in his saddlebags.
I would like to thank our new friend.
Again, he is not here. He's
We got a chance. Oh, he's got the meeting.
he's performing funeral rites on his child
funeral
right now.
schmooneral.
But Twee, you look in your bags and you discover a series of scrolls. Sure. You pop one of them open. You've got 3 scrolls, and one of them you can't quite make out yet. It's going to take you a while. The other one is a powerful healing spell that you can cast just once, and the potion burns up, but you feel like you could heal all 3 of you potentially with this.
Oh, wow.
One-time use, though.
Oh, okay.
The third spell is a very special spell that you are going to have to spend some time learning. It's going to take you 3 resting periods to learn this spell. You're going to have to call out that you're studying it and spend that time doing it. But once you do it, it's a spell where you spend 3 combat rounds playing a song. And when you play the final note of this song, it will create an eldritch spell inside your target that will disrupt their vital organs.
Wow.
It is a spell called the Final Countdown. And
I wonder
When
what the melody would sound like.
one of the creatures, one of the children, notices that you're reading this. It's got a man's body and
Heading to Venus.
the head of a whoop whoop. If you remember those hyena creatures, it says be careful with this spell. It causes even more harm to beasts than it does men.
You be careful then.
And then
My friend doesn't like you.
Bodhi, you notice there's only rations and water skins in your saddlebags.
What the?
And you kind of feel like I don't know.
Left out.
Yeah, nobody left you presents in your sadelbags. But as you get on your steed, one of those giant 10-foot tall gray katydid soldiers with the human faces flies up to you and presents you with something in its hands.
What is it?
It looks like a big segmented thing. It's kind of holding towards you like this.
I'll take it.
So you take it and you realize it's a neck piece and shoulders armor that's built from what looks like a giant katydid. Like it's like chitinous kind of exoskeletal armor.
Okay.
And that's gonna go ahead and bump up your AC by 2 points. It's also going to give you +2 damage to the undead.
So is that up or down when
Up.
Down.
No, up.
Is it?
Yeah, because people got to roll against your AC.
so it's 14 now.
Yes.
And then what was the other one?
+2 damage towards undeads. You're going to want to write that, I don't know, in your proficiencies or something like that. Or next to it comes with the shoulder. The pauldrons of Dis is what we're calling it. And so
All right. Somebody talk.
Another one of the katydid soldiers flies over and distributes amongst you guys some hide armor that you can put under your existing armor. So all of you get another +1 to your AC.
Sure.
With some hide. And the message that Count Bariss was concerned when he encountered you that you would not survive against one of his brothers. So should one of them hunt you down, hopefully you will be better prepared to fight them now.
Okay.
Just as a reminder, in a couple of days, his brothers are due to come hang out with him. There's still 3 living vampires besides Count Bariss. There's Count Zelor, Count Diandel, and Count Fenzen, who are going to at some point meet up. And Bariss is going to say that you attacked his castle and he survived, but he can't outright kill his brothers, because of his blood connection to them. So
please send back a message of gratitude for all of this help that he's providing us with.
Great, and the katydid soldier also tells you a message has been sent via one of my sisters to your friend Lekis amongst the Wood Elves. I can't promise that not the Wood Elves, the Lunar Elves, and I can't promise the Lunar Elves won't destroy the messenger or
They're alive.
or alter the message, but
Right.
we will honor our agreement that we will attempt to help you build an army to lay siege upon the Demolith, and should you succeed with the Wood Elves, we will attempt to make our people at the castle will attempt to make peace with the Wood Elves as well.
Did we get all our hit points back?
Yeah, and so I'm going to say you're going to go ahead and get your hit points back because you're about to do enough traveling before you have an encounter that you can just be casually resting and healing up. Also, some creatures come over and help you bind wounds, all that stuff. So
I prayed a cord too to guide me in our adventure.
So as you pray to cord, I am going to take advantage of that. And Cord has a message for you.
Oh yeah.
You've decided to pray to him, and I've been kind of waiting.
Watch your alignment, asshole.
No, well,
Is that the message?
Here's the thing.
This is like an HR meeting with your god, is it?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, Brian, here's the thing.
I asked Ken and Blaine if their characters have a god, and they don't. And I was like, well, that's kind of cool because
Who my god is? Do re mi.
because then
Women on the Moon.
that's something unique for your character that you've got Cord, this badass Conan style god. So I am writing you a note that Cord delivers to you when you pray to him.
Kill the skinny one.
What?
So as you pray to Cord for guidance,
Yep.
this washes through your mind.
Flavor Flav's got problems of his own. It's weird. What this? So cryptic. You got a rip in your couch.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Where are we at?
You're not going to react to that thought at all?
Well, I don't know what to do. I'm going to keep it inside
You keep it to yourself? You're not going to...
Bodie for a minute. Yeah, I'm going to let it stew.
You're going to let it stew? You know Cord is not speaking of Count Bariss. He's speaking of someone else here.
I don't know who he's speaking of, though. Maybe I'm...
Frankenbarris?
Do you want to pray for more guidance, or?
Yeah. So he said to me, I made a promise to a being here, and I'm asking him for more guidance or more clues.
Well, you can ask the rest of the party, or you can do a wisdom check.
Wisdom check.
You can dial a friend, or
I'm going to roll this 20 here.
no, Brian.
Oh, 13.
13.
What's
You
your
gotta bank it.
What's your wisdom?
Mm,
What's your penalty on wisdom checks?
I don't have a plus or anything.
Oh, well, what's your rating?
I have
so
a
if
eight
your
wisdom. I have a
wisdom-
pretty low wisdom.
Is 8. So you've got a -1 penalty on wisdom checks. I want you to do a wisdom check difficulty 8.
So what do I have to
You
roll?
have to roll a 7 or better.
Oh, okay. No. 1
So that's your roll.
is the loneliest.
So
number.
Cord does
a
not
brain
specify
botch.
what being you made a promise
Wisdom
to.
botch.
Yeah,
I
Cord
do
is-
wisdom botches
Cord does
all
not
day
answer
long
another
in
one
my
of your
life.
prayers. Do you want to ask these guys before you head out? What Cord might have been?
I can't figure out, fellas.
Yeah.
This is real extreme here.
It makes me really happy when you remember to do the voice, Ken.
Cord
That's
says
why
that
I'm
I made a promise to a being here, and
Yeah.
I don't know what he means. I don't know
Geez,
what he means in this
really
life or
certain. I don't really know.
something
I can't remember.
recollect. I'm not sure what he's talking or referring to.
Can we do wisdom checks to see if we can remember?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. But just you got Gago has no idea what's going on. Gago's listening. He's like, man, I
My
don't.
intelligence is.
I don't. That's why I don't make promises, cause bitches be tripping. You know what I'm saying?
My intelligence is 14. I have a +2 modifier. I roll a 7.
Great. So you want to roll 2?
My wisdom is 17 plus 3.
Should I give him some insanely good advice or something?
You get so plus
I
3.
rolled an 11.
Great. So yeah, Blaine, you remember there was an innocent creature that you encountered, and Ken, you remember it was in the tower not long after you first came in.
Oh, yeah.
What you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the guy with no.
You told it that that you
Parts.
would come back for it and you would save it.
Right. All right.
Which building was it in? Where
The
was
North Tower.
When we were coming down.
it? Oh, before we got to Barris.
Yeah, you encountered a being that was just a torso and
We
head.
talked to Barris about that.
Wait, that wasn't in Barris's castle, or was
It
it?
was in Barris's
Yeah.
castle.
Oh, okay.
I'm so embarrassed.
You basically told it that you were going to save it.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
and
let's
get it out of
let's-
here.
You want to talk to Barris about that?
Yeah, let's tell Barris that.
One of the creatures it's got a human shape, and one of the whoop hyena heads walks over and says, "I hear you're discussing. You need something from Barris. What?
There was this creature in the North Tower, and I was concerned for his health. He wanted help.
He snaps his fingers, and one of the badger people comes over. He whispers to it. The badger scurries off disgustingly into the castle to send a message.
Stinking badgers.
After about 20 minutes of the hyena guy kind of telling you to just wait, we'll get back to you. You see one of the katydid soldiers descending.
Oh, no, Katie didn't.
And again, these things are really huge, but you see bundled in its arm like a little baby. This thing has been brought to you, wrapped wrapped in sheets.
Oh, jeez.
And a leather harness, so it can be strapped to one of your backs.
No, I'm okay.
Your deity told you about this.
The soldier says, "Do what you want with this. We were going to discard it. Count Bariss has done all it needs. Whatever you would care to do."
And then we
You
can't.
find a safe place for it.
He says, as far as we are concerned, you can punt it into the pit.
No.
But it has a spell cast on it where it does not need sustenance. It does not require food or drink.
That's
it just
good.
needs to be carried around.
Jerked off once a day.
Jesus. Only once?
Oh, you can do it as many times.
It seems to be awake. Its face only has
I'm gonna
eyes.
cast Sandusky.
And
Face
it
without
stares.
the eyes.
It stares blankly at you.
Oh, man. I'm going to wind up bashing this thing against a rock at some point.
Oh, no, you're not.
Screaming, shut up, shmoo. Does it look like a shmoo? It looks like a shmoo, right?
Shmoo?
Do you remember Shmoo, that 80s cartoon or something?
No.
Oh, you're
Or
too young.
Gloop
for
and
it.
Gleep
Hang
from
on.
Thundercats, which is what I'm thinking.
I was thinking that weird little white thing.
Oh God, that
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
new Shmoo.
What
Shmoo
it
sounded more like a Howie Mandel.
Hey!
Shmoo
Yeah,
has
it's
Paul
like,
Winchell. I think it was like Paul Winchell.
Yeah,
Shmoo
it
has
had
a
like-
mouth and legs, which this thing does not.
Oh, okay.
It just has
Yeah, it's more like Glop.
But it doesn't have arms, right?
Thundercat
Yeah.
From Herculoids.
yes.
It was originally called the Lovin' Spoonful.
However, Shmoo might just catch on as a name, for it has no mouth and cannot argue whatever nickname you would like to assign to
I
it.
love that book.
Yeah, Harlan Ellison
I have-
wrote a bunch of
has
Saturday
no mouth.
morning.
I can't imagine Harlan Ellison ever writing a book called I Have No Mouth and Cannot Argue.
Gago, once he sees this thing presented to you, goes,
What the fuck? Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't really want to carry it.
He made a promise.
Jesus.
everybody roll an
Your
intelligence
word
check,
is your bond. buddy.
with a difficulty of let's say difficulty check of
20.
15.
Intelligence check.
No, a real one, Brian.
20.
With your for reals dice.
My intelligence is a 19 plus 5.
Huh?
My intelligence is a 19 plus 5.
But it's the +5 modifier you have to add to the dice, so it's not an automatic success.
Got it.
The difficulty would have to be under 5 for it to be automatic.
20.
Roll a 20, great.
I rolled 7.
Oh, so okay. You hear Ken in your head a very clear whisper in a different language than you know.
Whispers in your head are bad.
Can I tell where it's coming from?
It's definitely coming from this being
That's what I
that's
had a
been brought to you. You realize all it's really said to you in the past.
Oh,
was
yeah, earlier it was like,
simple
save
helps
me.
and all rights, and now that you're hearing it in a different language, you realize, oh, you're not sure you even heard a language you recognized before. It might have just been a simple like affirmative kind of telepathic acknowledgement, and you might not speak this thing's language at all.
Can I try to understand it?
Damn it. Fucking hate this
The
thing.
only
already.
way you're going to understand what language this is if you could compare it to other languages.
Yeah.
You'd have to hear other people speak other languages and do a mix and match and spend some time figuring it
I
out.
mean, does it sound
It sounds
like
familiar.
a romance language? Is
It's a familiar language. You've heard this language before, but because
Ah.
it's not yours, it's like if I were to speak to you in Portuguese right now, you wouldn't
well,
know.
it's
it's
sort of understandable.
I
Me
pick up-
personally,
I pick up
It's a
two
little
big.
like
If I were to
Spanish, it's a
okay,
little
okay,
like
but do you know
Italian.
the difference between say like Mandarin and Cantonese? So it would be
That
like
would
that.
be,
It's
yeah,
like you know it's say
that'd
like
be
an
a
Asian
problem.
language, but not.
Because I would love to communicate with this.
You get the impression that if one of you keep listening, you might catch what language it is and figure out how to communicate
You
with
want me to
it.
take him?
Sure.
All right.
Oh no. Well, Cord. No, I'll do it for my alignment.
It seems
with
like
Cord.
it
I'll
seems like
carry it.
yeah, it won't weigh that much because a lot has been done to it.
Yeah.
Gago suggests that this thing has been used for spare necromancy parts, and some of the beings here with arms and legs got them from someone like this, and some of the face was borrowed, and
Let's
yeah.
call him Yuck.
but that it was probably once a being not unlike one.
Or
of
let's
you.
call him Ugh.
Call him Blah.
Your name is Ugh.
Yicky Yicardo.
It stares at you blankly with no expression when you assigned it the nickname of Blah.
I'm sorry. Your name is me.
But he fits sturdily on your back.
Great.
So,
Brimful way down low.
You're like Major
Ain't no
Domo.
sound but the sound of feet.
Captain EO.
are you going to head off down the path?
Yeah.
You remember another thing Barris told you. These steeds have a human level consciousness but cannot speak.
Right.
Necromancy has been performed on them.
And a
They should-
weird communication going on.
Right. So if you ask them to do anything, they will do every command you have, but they will not speak to you.
All right.
They're very submissive. So you take off down the path, and these things stride really long. So you're like, oh, we're gonna make good time with these guys. This is great. And it's only a matter of 10 minutes before the castle completely disappears behind the side of a mountain, and you're well on your way. So yeah, you're approaching
The gate.
a big gate and some sort of flattened, darker stone surface. And you know that once you pass that, you're going to have to make a choice of either heading southeast or southwest. Neither of which looks appealing when you...
Especially Southwest.
Southwest has the worst service.
Can we fly Alaska Airlines instead? Another offshoot.
It's definitely not Delta. As long as we, as we're traveling, I would like to try to hone in on this voice.
Oh, well, yeah.
Try to understand. what
You
he's
think you might
saying.
have to rest to the three of you are moving really quickly.
Okay.
And you've got to focus on the road while you're riding. But
All right.
you feel like once you've made it to the you're within only a little while you're gonna make it to the gate and the flat blackened rock. So you can stop and rest now that you've already made it pretty far from the castle, or you can keep going.
Let's keep going.
Once you get to about where the gate is, you see it, and it's clearly what used to be the gate to a dwarven city. It's very ornate. Looks like it used to have a lot of foot traffic in
How
and out.
long ago? How beaten up is it?
It's crumbling. You're guessing a couple of centuries.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We're approaching the gate. We're at the gate.
You're approaching it. You're making headway pretty fast.
Excuse me. Oh, boy.
And on the other side, we see
Late night record, guys.
oh my God, Bingo.
You were going to say.
Is that one of the big
It is when
Yeah.
somebody burps into the
Yeah,
microphone. Yeah, sorry about that.
What is it? We see like a.
That means we do it
glassy
enough to
black.
be-
What
So
is it?
first you see the gate, and you
Yeah.
start coming up the gate because it's a very large gate. It's meant to be impressive and to intimidate
Hey,
other
how about
races.
that
Is it
gate,
still
guys?
closed? Can
What a
we
hell
still
of a
get
gate.
through?
You could get it's open. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it hasn't collapsed. You get the feeling that if you wanted to, you could explore. But once you get close enough to really think about that, the ground changes. It becomes dark, sort of shale
Oh, is it
in nature.
This thing?
Yeah, and it's
That
not.
road?
It's not tar like you might think from looking at the map.
Say
but
we
it's,
don't mess with it unless we need to.
But it starts
go through
to
it.
cover the entire.
Oh, we have
pass.
to go through it.
Yeah, we have to go through.
Yeah,
there.
you've got to, and you notice the beasts that you're on slow down a little bit, almost
Okay.
as if they could slip, but they
Like
don't
it's-
stop.
Is it like tar?
Is it slippery?
No.
Is it wet? Is
Well, it's very
cold, hot?
it's got a very glassy sheen to it.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And
It's like heat blasted stone, maybe, or
yeah,
okay.
But it's not like hot tar or anything. It doesn't. Does it have that consistency? Or?
everybody do a perception check, difficulty of 15.
Yeah.
5. Yeah.
What'd you get?
Yep.
You succeeded.
11.
So you two guys go blink, 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 and Bud Bodie looks down and he sees. You're pretty sure you see something's face in the rock for just a second, and then
okay.
it disappears.
Is it your own?
I think
No.
I saw a creature in the rock. Or a face.
A humanoid face.
Let's stop and
like
take a look at this.
like one of Barris's.
You're not sure, but it had a ghost-like quality in the
Yeah.
surface of this rock that you're passing over.
Something
A
trapped under the- maybe it's
ghost.
dwarfs trapped under the.
In the
Glassy rocky.
floor.
It's a glass bottom ground.
The creatures, the steeds you're on, are now they're still moving. They're moving towards the fork in the road. But as far as you can see in all direction, including where you're on the ground, is this heavy black shale.
Okay.
With faces underneath it.
You haven't seen another one yet.
Okay.
The one's enough.
Do you want to see what's down in there? You want to break through and
It doesn't continue. The black rock doesn't continue into the city, but it
Right.
goes right up to the gate.
yeah. Something obviously happened here,
Right
and
up
something's
to the
trapped
gate and-
underneath the.
Okay. Poor thing.
All right.
Well, how would we find out what was trapped?
I don't know. We'd have to crack in there or something. I have a feeling it's dwarves or something. But what's this over here? A little fuzzy area.
Well, that's not on our
that's
mission. It's not
skeletons.
something Barris told us to do.
So
Yeah, it's okay.
yeah, you're gonna
We can
you're
continue.
you're gonna just keep trying to move.
I say,
Yeah. Okay.
You're gonna keep moving. Great.
yeah, we're already weighed down with this fucking shmoo on my back.
Shmoo. I'm telling you,
This
it's gonna
fucking
stick. You guys are
shmoo
gonna
on
call
my
this
back.
thing shmoo. So you hit the fork in the road. You get just to the other side of this blackened stuff, and you get off of it, and immediately the steeds pick up their pace. But you hit a fork where they don't know what you want, so they stop. There's a path through the mountains right from here. From where you are right now, you don't see anything suspicious in either direction.
Barris say anything about any direction?
No, but you get the impression that's why he left you at this map, so you can make
Yeah.
an informed choice on your own.
So this
what are you
is
thinking?
a bunch of ghosts.
What do
What
you
is
think
this?
there,
Ghost
Twee?
scream?
There is some sort of halo of spirits going around Misery's finger.
Well, that's fine.
So if you head a little bit closer,
That's nothing terrible.
you're gonna head in that direction. But there
Can
are
I see on
bones.
your? Can I see the?
Both.
Also,
That's where we came through.
if
That's
upon
the
further
halo.
inspection, you notice if you go far enough to the southeast, there is some sort of gate under the mountain, and you don't know what that is.
Over here?
To the southeast.
Over here.
Yes. Zoom in a little bit there, and you'll see
Ah, yes.
there is a gate under the mountain.
Get under the mountain.
So
Oh, I see.
there's definitely something treacherous about either the southeast or the southwest.
And where do we need to get? To
The
get to
woods.
Right.
Those
So
beautiful
here?
woods is once you
So-
get there, you're
So we just go this way
Yeah.
southwest.
to the woods. Yeah. Right. Don't you think?
Sure.
Right to the woods.
Let's do it.
Right to the woods. All right. The easy way.
Farther away from the
Rolling
mountains,
20, so yeah.
Farther away from the mountains. Just right through
Oh.
here.
through the steaming black pits amongst the
What's
mountains.
steaming black? Oh. So we got to go through there.
Yes.
We can't go through here.
You can, but those
No.
are your two choices.
Well, why not go through here? under the swirling
and
hell
past
spirits.
there's a gate there too.
And pass that gate, but not go in the gate.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that. What's that face?
It's me watching you make a choice and thinking about all the
things we're missing out
What's
on.
the blackness
or
over here?
experiencing. There's stuff in both directions.
This is
So
the murky
either way,
Is this the murky Maya?
shitty DM wins either
Is
way.
this the glurky glurkins? What is this?
The
over
glurky
here?
glurkins?
Yeah, the black area.
Oh,
at
it's
the
so
bottom
weird
of
how
it.
I forgot to write the glurky glurkins there.
Wait a minute. Let me look at the other map.
So
You son of a.
there's not much you're gonna pick up there.
Well, but is that the marshes of?
No. You're way over here.
Oh, got it. Oh, there's the little.
Misery's Finger is the big
There's the
mountain.
thing, and there's a
that
little
is
tunnel.
on the right side of the map.
Is that the little tunnel?
Different one, you think?
That's a different one.
Yeah.
What the f? So we're basically our
So,
map is
okay.
basically this right here.
There's a drow stronghold somewhere over here.
And the
You're
contestant who picks it first. You want a prize package.
You're
for
here.
$5,000.
and you can either go through
Which drow is
this pass.
Oh yeah.
Or you can go through here.
Ah.
So you got to pick between spooky
I don't like the black
spirit halo in
blurky
the gate or the black mountain with the skulls
glurky
and
glurk
bones.
glurky glurk glurkin glurkles.
This way.
Spooky,
Yeah.
spooky or scary.
Let's go spooky.
Spooky v scary.
Now you to get this far, you've been traveling for about 2 hours.
Okay.
Did you want to stop and set up camp, or do you want to keep going?
We keep going.
Keep going. 2 hours is nothing.
Sweet. You get going for about another 15 minutes to the southeast
We had a
before
lot of construction.
you realize it's starting to get very misty. Starting to get a little hard to see far.
Look at this.
The clouds have already been a bit low set the whole time you've been in this
is that what it is?
Eagle place.
How's
But
the
yeah,
winter sun?
The mist is starting to get a little heavy.
Well, let's keep plowing through it.
All right.
Excuse me.
The
I have a
steeds.
peanut butter pretzel in my mouth.
I'll say.
The steeds slow down a little bit as they realize they've got the same kind of night vision that you guys got, so they've been pretty good about scoping out how fast to go, how to go around turns, but they're losing their visibility.
That's them in the corner. That's them in the spotlight.
Losing their alignment, and so you start moving slower and slower, and the mist starts developing a sort of yellowish green hue.
Gross.
And you realize you can barely see each other because of how long these things' legs are. Everyone's starting to turn into just
Can we
sort
hold
of
hands?
a dark silhouette.
Can we hold hands or tie ropes between us? Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would be a good idea.
So we don't get separated.
Tell me what you
Go
want
back
to do.
around the other way.
I want
Should
to
we back out?
get us together and tie ropes between us.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So you stop and explain to me exactly what kind of contraption you're trying to make here with ropes.
What when we can still see each other? We're tossing a rope to Bodie, and Bodie's
So we're
tossing
like
a
on a
rope
lead,
over
like,
to him. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not gonna tie it around our necks either, so that if something happens,
Cool.
And we're also
We're a
going to
bunch
say
of,
we're also going to
6-year-olds in an aquarium.
if we yeah, buddy system.
Gago
And if
takes this opportunity, by the way, to perch on your shoulder, Tom,
oh, hi
and
Gago.
say, "Hey man,
What's
I'm
up, dude?
losing visibility, so I'm just gonna sit here if that's cool."
Okay. Yeah,
I don't
guess
want to
that's
sit on Bodie's shoulder because he's got that creepy ass shit on his back.
right. Shmoo.
Oh man, Shmoo's fucking gross.
Yeah, well, he's shmooish.
Can we kill Shmoo? I want to kill Shmoo.
No, you cannot kill Shmoo.
What if I just-
We're saving Shmoo.
Would you be sad if I stabbed him?
Hey, what
yes,
are you
I
guys
would
talking
be very
about?
sad if you stabbed him.
I'm talking. Can I stab Shmoo, Bodie?
I don't think Cord would be happy with it.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
But if something happened while I wasn't looking, you know.
Oh, I hear you, bro, loud and clear.
So yeah, you set up a lead, three-way rope lead.
And we'll do some sort of a vocal check-in so that we know we're together the whole time. Maybe we'll sing a song. Yeah, let's sing a song together.
One thing you guys notice while you're setting up this lead system is because you can't see anything, you can't see the ground under you, and there's no kind of boulder or cliff face to get on or off these steeds. So you're kind of stuck on these guys for a while, you think. It occurs to you that you're going to have to pee off the side of these things if you need a break.
Well, they can't see at all what they're doing.
They seem to at least know what direction you want to
Okay.
go in, and they're trying to navigate it. Their GPS isn't working perfectly, but they seem confident.
All right.
So they're finding their way to the southeast. You looked at the map and expressed you knew where you wanted to go, and you could see that the steeds were kind of looking at the map too and getting a sense
Keep
of it.
slogging through.
They were like a silent part of that conversation.
All right. Slogging through the pea soup.
All right.
Pea soup Andersons. You playing?
Happy and happy.
Yeah.
This is brought to you by.
Oh, I think this is probably brought to you by Uncle Frank's Pretzels. Annie Ann has custody on alternate weekends.
Aw. I like Annie Ann.
She's cool. I like her.
You see a woman
Uncle Frank,
standing
Uncle
in front
Frank
of you.
is all right.
Sorry?
Yes,
We
yes.
see a what?
A woman.
A
standing
human
in front of-
woman is standing in front of you.
Hello, lady.
She suddenly takes shape in front of you, and the
Hello
steeds
there.
back off a little bit. And they try to walk
what's,
around her.
How tall is
As,
she?
it's like 5'6".
Okay.
You okay?
Does she look like a witch or what is she?
She says, "Where am I?"
Yeah.
Oh,
somewhere
this
in
is
the
one of the
mist.
ghosts that we saw on the
You're
map.
just wandering around the.
I think we're going to see a lot of these. I think it's like a ghost swamp or
All
something.
right. Well,
Says, "Come back, take me with you."
No.
you're okay here. You're fine. You're safe.
As you walk away, she reaches out and just misses grabbing one of the steed's legs. She disappears behind you in the mist.
Good. Keep going.
Spooky, like he said it was gonna be.
A good girl.
Keep going. Ooh,
Should
that
we have
jumped
gone
right
the
up.
other way? Should we have gone with scary instead of spooky?
Spooky.
This time, two children hand in hand.
No.
appear out of the
Cute.
mist.
Are they wearing
I
little
think-
blue dresses?
Yeah, I think your mom's down that way.
What? Where's mother?
Yeah, she's down. She's. We just passed.
They
her.
run off into the mist when you
Is
say
there an
that.
elevator behind them?
Actually, you know what? Before they run in the mist, why don't you roll a charisma,
Oh, man.
Ken? Difficulty check of, let's say 15. What's your modifier? But what's
27.
your modifier? It's all about that dice modifier, baby.
6.
Great. So difficulty 15. You gotta roll a 9 or better.
1. Is that better than a 9?
They say take me to mother, take me to mother, and they walk up to your steed really quickly.
Let's keep moving, guys.
You try to keep moving, and they jump for your horse and just barely miss. Or not your horse, your steed, but they almost grab its hind legs as they disappear in the mist behind you.
Hey, I'm gonna play a little song on my guitar.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and it goes
Blackbird thing in the down night.
How's it go?
Come on, baby, do the locomotion. It's sung by Little Evil.
Okay.
It's protection from evil. Because I want very little evil on me.
All right.
Well, on that note, as you feel a little boost in your stamina, you get a little magical Red Bull in your veins. We're at an hour, you guys.
Okay.
Oh.
Should we call it?
Here, hour.
Bingo.
Bingo, fart, burp.
That was episode 17.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, thanks again, Elderwood Academy. You guys fucking rule.
Yeah, man.
Cool stuff.
Nice
Look at their
stuff.
stuff. Look at their stuff and buy the shit out of it.
What's their site?
ElderwoodAcademy.com. Follow them on Twitter. Fucking tell them on Twitter that we said they were better. Yeah. They rule.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Donkey sheep.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Nerd Poker. You can follow us at patreon.com/nerdpoker, and you get bonus episodes from there. And you can also send us anything at P.O. Box 16069, Encino, California 91416. Thanks for listening.